if this comes from the fact that I was working in Italy for 3 years, but let me give you a slightly Machiavellian answer on this one. So I think right now it would be quite useful for some countries, I won't specify, to do a little bit of a multi-vectoral foreign policy, which means that you basically cooperate with many different countries and not only one. And this is what I'm saying. The Global South doesn't anymore have to make a choice between the East and the West. It has enough agency and power to make that choice themselves on where they go. And that's why I right now see a lot of African states and others playing game with the US, playing game with Russia, playing game with China. And I think that's probably the best way to do it right now. There was one thing I should have mentioned actually on the development of I think big infrastructure project is a good example. I know the West sometimes criticizes some African states for doing big infrastructure projects with China, and I'm going like, it's a competition, perhaps do something about it instead. So,
Where's your infrastructure project?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is this big program that Europe has now, but it's nowhere near the BRICS and sort of Belt and Road Initiative. So I think a lot of states are doing the right thing. Of course, right now we're also in an interesting transition, and I know I'm on mic, but it is what it is. I think the US administration has a specific way of working things, right? So it is very useful for countries to have a strong bilateral relationship with the United States right now. And this doesn't mean that you approve of everything they do, but it means that you can nudge the US in a useful direction in some question. I know this is a little bit of a strange comment to make, but Finland, and this is not of much interest to Kenya, but Finland makes 60% of the world's icebreakers, right? And we design 80% of the world's icebreakers.
Right.
And the United States wants icebreakers. So, it's a no-brainer what we do with the Americans.
Yes.
We do a deal on icebreakers. So, you have to be a bit multivectoral with what you do. Of course, I only have one recommendation: don't cooperate with Russia. But that's just me.
No, I do get what you're saying. And the fact that we are kind of doing it is a good step, and we've kind of figured out that we don't have to go east-west.
Yeah.
We can play the line. The other thing would be then, how do we progress